Well, hello everyone, and welcome to FranTastic InSights, where we provide insights from some of the coolest people in franchising. My name is Alesia Visconti. I am the president and CEO of FranServe and Franchise Dictionary magazine. Now, FranServe is the largest franchise consulting organization in the world. And our mission is really very simple. We like to change people's lives through franchise ownership. And we do that through a network of incredible franchisors and franchise consultants who help their candidates explore franchise opportunities. Now, today I'm excited to have a good friend with me, Jack Frampton. He is the VP of Development for Aussie Pet Mobile. And Jack, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here. Been looking forward to this. Think the world of you guys. You do have a great group of consultants that are very knowledgeable, and they put their customers first. They're very transparent as they show different offerings. So it's always a pleasure to be associated with you.
Well, Jack, thank you so much. And I could feel my blushing right from the start. So thank you for that. That was very sweet of you. And you know, we love you back. So thank you so much for that. Now, Aussie Pet Mobile, that's such a cool brand. And, you know, if you could share with our audience a little bit about the brand and, you know, what it does and what makes it unusual and unique in the category.
Be happy to. If I may, let me even go further and kind of address the pet industry in general and the role that we play. It's a very recession-resistant industry. People love their pets. They spend lavishly on their pets. It's been proven to be very recession-resistant. 2008, it was a $43 billion annual revenue. Go to 2012, 4 really pretty tough years. It grows to 53 billion. And today it's over 80 billion. And from a pandemic standpoint, we're up almost 28% because we can continue to groom. What do? We are the world's largest mobile pet grooming business. We come to our customers' home and we groom their pets. Our main competition are wonderful people. They're great people, but they're an individual who has bought a van and has created a job. We work with our franchisees on a multi-unit territory. They're going to build to 6 to 8 to 12 to 15 vans. So it's a $1 million business, and we give it the structure, the marketing, the uniforms to really conquer and take hold of their market. We've been very successful, and we're very appreciative of that. You got to work for it, but it's there.
Awesome. Now, I know your title is VP of Development for the organization. Can you explain a little bit what your role is with the company?
Yeah, I'm a member of the senior management team. We're owned by an individual, Ian Moses, who founded the company in Australia in 1996, brought it to the U.S. in 1999. He is back in Australia with his wife, and he runs the company through 2 people in the United States, Leon Feuerberg, who is our president in Seattle, and then myself. The 3 of us make up the senior management team. My job is to introduce, work with brokers such as yourself, take your candidates, walk them through the process and educate them on what the opportunity is and what's required of an individual. I take it very personal to make sure that each candidate gets a very realistic overview of what this is all about. It's part of training. So I'm kind of front-ending what the opportunity is about and what it's going to take from that individual to succeed in this business.
And I will say you do it very well. Our consultants love working with your brand, and you know, I know their candidates just have a wonderful time going through discovery and learning about the brand. So you do a wonderful job at your job for sure, Jack.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Now, I know you guys have been around for a bit, and you know, you're an established brand in a lot of ways. And sometimes when I ask this question, I still get everywhere as the answer. But are there certain markets in particular that you're looking, you know, to expand in right now?
I'm dying to get into Las Vegas. I have no one, the whole state is wide open, and Vegas has got to be just a great marketplace. We might be grooming 24 hours a day in Vegas. I don't know. But it's an exciting, and it's large, it's available. All of Oklahoma is available. All of Louisiana is available. So we've got some markets, and we're just I think it's important to kind of state, we only bring 12 people in a year. So we are selective. We're not a cult. There's no secret handshake. But years ago, we looked at the success and failure rate of our franchise. And we want to make sure that when we bring somebody in, we've got the dedicated resources to help them succeed. Years ago, we'd sell 20, 30, 40. We scaled that back because our success rate for the last 10 years, we're really looking for just 12 really good individuals who we enjoy working with each other. I mean, there's a chemistry, there's a relationship that needs to be done. But I guess I could almost say Tampa Bay's taken, Orlando is taken, Austin is taken, San Diego is taken. And there's a couple of more, but most other places are wide open. Kansas, I'm not in Kansas City. I'd love to be in Kansas City. Call me. We'll do a territory check and get back to you really quick.
I love it. That's great. And you were talking about, the expansion of a planned expansion, right? With 12 new franchisees a year. And, that's that planned growth. And that makes a lot of sense. So you can provide support for the new franchisees. So I applaud that with you. And we're talking so much about, franchisees. What traits do you look for in a franchise owner?
Yeah, I mean, the challenge in any business today, in my opinion, is finding and keeping good employees. If you're grooming pets, if you're flipping burgers, if you're whatever one is doing, if you're not, unless you're the sole proprietor, is finding and keeping good employees. And we've studied that and have broken it down to a three-pronged approach. So one of the things that I'm talking to a candidate, I go through, if I was a groomer, would I want to work with this person? Because it's important that the continuity and the keeping that employee over time is there. So what is this management style? The other one is, does this person have the desire to really grow a business and absorb what we have? One of the reasons we have 12 people is we want to make sure that we're like-minded and that they're going to adhere to the program and embrace it, work with us for sure, but execute a proven plan. Most of my candidates, it's a wide range, but typically they're 50 to 62, 63 years of age. They've made their mark in corporate America. They're worth $2, $3, $4 million, sometimes less, but they're too young and they've got too much to give. They want to stay in the business. They want to buy a business and create a sellable asset while generating a good income along the way and have fun when they're doing it. I've got a really good lifestyle with this business. So we're looking for a candidate that we mesh, we get it with each other. They have the financial resources to build this business, the desire, the business acumen to go with this business. So we just take the time. We don't push it. We have a very methodical, planned out 7-step approach as we take your candidate through the process to evaluate, is Aussie Pet Mobile a good fit for them? And then respectfully, we want to make sure they're a good fit for us. And if it lines up, we end up with a really good partnership.
Now, let me ask you this, Jack. Obviously pets, people, as you said, spend money, love, baby their pets. But for our audience, what if they're thinking about it, but they have no grooming experience at all? Is that a problem for you? Or is that something that's you can handle in your training?
We address that. And typically my franchisees don't groom. They manage the business. This is a number I'm pulling out of the air. It's not an exact number, so don't test me. But about 90% of my franchisees have never groomed, never will groom. Ian Moses, who founded the company, never groomed a pet. Leon Fierberg, who's the president of the company, was a very successful franchisee for 8 years, never groomed a pet. So it's more of a management type of a business where you're fielding, you're working with the sales portion of it, scheduling the appointments, working with your groomers. All groomers, we do have training. So we have an initial 12 days of training for all groomers, experienced groomers and non-experienced groomers. And then there's follow-up training behind that. There is no national, state, or local certification for groomers. But Aussie Pet Mobile has its own standards, which are pretty high, quite frankly. 'Cause we're a premium service. My average groom price is over $100. So with that, you need to bring quality. And represents that we have an over 80% repeat rate. Our candidates, not our candidates, but our customers. We see them 8 times a year at about $100. Very strong repetitive billing rate.
Great, and I appreciate you clarifying that, because I know we have listeners who are saying, okay, so am I a groomer? No, most of the time they're going to be the business owner. They're going to have a staff of groomers, and those groomers will be trained through Aussie Pet as well. So thank you for clarifying that. I think there's a bunch of aha, right, moments that our audience is having right now with that. So I'm glad we were able to address that for sure.
That's why we're here.
Absolutely, exactly right. So now, Jack, I'd like to go a little bit deeper now. We've talked a little bit about the brand and the franchisees. I want to talk about one of my favorite hashtags that I use on social media. I probably use it more than even any of my company names. And it's the hashtag of Franchise Strong. And I am very passionate about Franchise Strong. To me, it embodies everything that's franchise. The family, the concept of being in business for yourself, but not by yourself, and the community really that is so strong in the franchise space. So many people want to own their business. They don't know what to do. They get nervous about that. And of course, the franchise family comes right up and helps them to become successful owners. So I'd love to hear, Jack, what Franchise Strong means to you and to your brand.
We love it too. I mean, it trickles down from my relationship with you and your consultants. I know your consultants are working hard to get leads, not only for Aussie Pet Mobile, but you've got great other franchisor opportunities for your candidates to consider. So I want to respect the fact that your consultants, your brokers had enough faith in me to share that person with them. So I want to honor that and make sure that I present all of franchising in a very positive way. So if I'm not the selected franchisor, they come away still with a positive feeling, and they go and they like the other franchise opportunities that your people have given them. That's one. Number two, it is a fiducial situation. It's yes, ma'am. Years and years ago, I sold franchise. There's a big difference between selling a franchise and awarding a franchise. We are living very comfortably with our existing royalty stream. We don't need to sell a franchise to make payroll. Great place to be. So I take the time to make sure that as I'm working with a candidate, that they really get a true picture of what this business is all about and what's required. I don't want their money. I need their partnership. I need to work with them to grow their business. Hence the reason we only bring 12 people in a year. We want to be there and have the dedicated resources. We don't do semi-absentee. We used to, and semi-absentee is successful, but it had a higher percentage of failures. Shouldn't talk about failures, but let's be transparent here and realistic. We don't want failures, so we don't sell semi-absentee. I could sell a ton of them, but we're looking for partners, and that's part of that relationship that you so well represent. Working with the franchisees, the franchisors, and the candidate, we're responsible. We are responsible. So we take that very strongly, and my validations will reflect that when you talk to them. The support's there. Everything that they hear going through the evaluation process is backed up when they go through training and open their business, which is Franchise Strong. You have to have something that you can stand by.
I was just going to say, your franchisees, I'm sure, so love the attitude that you have, because you can hear your passion and the caring atmosphere, that is the brand. It comes from your heart, and you can hear that it's genuine. So again, the slow growth, the support to your franchisees, knowing your model and what works best for you and for the franchisee. I mean, that really is, why people look for a franchise, right? Is to have that blueprint. So it's very easy to see, how your caringness comes across in the brand. So no wonder, people love your brand, and we love representing you to our candidates. So I see that tremendously in your comments and in your voice. So thank you for that.
We love it. I mean, this isn't a job to us. It's a vocation. We live, breathe Aussie Pet Mobile because it's fun and it succeeds, and we sleep well at night because of that.
That's the ticket, isn't it? Right? You know, to do well by doing good. Right? It's a great philosophy to have. And you know, Jack, I appreciate it. I know everybody's busy, and I appreciate your time with us and being on our FranTastic InSights. Audience, I want to thank you for your time as well. And please be sure to just subscribe to our channel for updated videos. And Jack, I'd like to ask, any last words before we wrap up today?
No, just job well done. I love your network. And I'm not just saying that. They work hard. They do an excellent job looking out for the benefit of their candidates and trying to match them with the right franchisor. I think the world of you guys, and whatever I can do to help you and further our relationship, all you got to do is call me.
Well, thank you so much, Jack. And as I said, the feeling is definitely mutual. That's why we change so many people's lives through Aussie Pet Mobile, right? Helping people to become franchise owners. So thank you for that. And thank you for your time. And I just have to say it, have a FranTastic day.
Back at you. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Bye-bye.